Hi all and welcome into this iRacing video. This is going to be my first in a series that I'm going to call Hot Lapping. So this is my hot lap from Zandvoort National Circuit in the Formula 3. I'm running a fun red Rebel skin. Thought I'd liven this up a bit. My livery will be coming soon onto this car. Okay, the lap time I set is a 1:05.764 and I'm using SDK's gaming driver input graphs to show you a real visual setting of how my pedal inputs are happening rather than just me talking through them. Okay, let's talk through the lap. I'll talk through my braking points, acceleration, side of the tracks to be on, the flow, common things that I've got wrong and where I found time. Okay, first of all, I'll let the lap run through and then we'll backtrack and analyse. So here we go. Okay, now let's analyse the lap, apex by apex, turn by turn, pedal by pedal. Here we go. So, heading down the straight, obviously we are flat on the accelerator input is there, as you can see in green. Braking point we're looking for is around the 50 marker, just past the white line. Let's have a see when I get on it. Okay, let's scrub that back. Okay, so you can see I'm a little bit earlier than I said, just after the white line, before the 50 board, and I'm going to ease that brake down. Let's watch it in slow motion first. So I get to about 50% brake, I give a little blip, we're down to third gear, down to second gear, just a little bit of trail braking on entry, and then once I feel I'm going to get enough without hitting the apex, you don't want to hit this apex, the camber of the bend is absolutely perfect for this, for making this a nice tight fast line. If you get to catch that curb, it's going to push you left, and that's no bueno. Okay. Keeping the accelerator still in a little bit. I'm not sure I've actually lifted off the throttle yet. Now we're getting more confident and we've put the throttle in. Okay, we unwind the wheel and we're away. Next braking point. I'm aiming for the end of this red apex here. Let's see if we make it though, first of all. So on this go, I'm a few steps back. I think that's going to be a trend here in my hot lap video. I'm just having visual cues and I'm usually a step back or two from my markers, but obviously guys, you need to build your own markers and it really depends how your confidence level's going, how you're finding the car, tyre temperatures, but being consistent with your brake markers is brilliant. So I'm a few steps back from the end of that curb on the left. Bring the brake up to once again about 50%. We get down to, as you can see down here, I'm keeping that throttle once again. It doesn't look like I actually come off the throttle. And we used fourth gear the whole way through. Let's just check that again. Yeah, we maintained fourth gear all the way through. Now you want to try and avoid this apex. It looks like I might clip it a little bit. But once again, the camber of the bend's perfect for hugging the right-hand side. And we want that because of the left-hand bend coming up. So avoid the curb. All good. Once you're on, get that throttle down. It might not seem a lot, but this little straight here is worth a tenth or two. So we're back on the power. Get over to the right. Not too far because you don't want to be turning left while the rotation of the car is right. Okay, once again, we're on about 50% brake, trailing down to almost nothing. Once I'm confident with the position, I'm rolling that throttle up, 80, and we're going to push. So once you can see the far curb on the right and you've got enough rotation, start taking it out, get back on the power. Now it's flat through here. Now, markers here are quite hard to see depending on the level of detail you've got in your screen. We are looking for this curb here, but obviously approaching at them sort of speeds. You'll notice a board here as a secondary cue to let you know you're coming up to your curb. Okay, let's head to that in full speed and we'll talk it through. Okay, so as you can see, I jolt the car left pretty hefty there because this is what I'm looking for. From here to this curb, to the curb in the distance, you want to be nice and straight. This is a very difficult right-hand turn. It's 180, very low grip, cambers opposite lock, so it's very difficult bend to master with anything aggressive. So you want to, I start braking. There's not a lot of visual cues. As I say, what you want to do, look out for the board up on the right. Your marker to straighten up for is the point of this curb. Once I get the car straight, which is more the point than the braking point, once I get the car straight, I start applying brake. We get to about, once again, 50-60%, and we try and brake in a straight line forwards. I've pulled it a little bit to the left. If you can do that, that's great. Double apex to the right. You want to nail this apex. You need to nail this apex. And then you're going to put a lot of right lock on. I'm pretty sure I pretty much just roll through it. So we trail braking, right, we come off the brake. Actually, this time I've got back on the throttle pretty early. I'm just trying to give the car a push. So we did actually miss the secondary apex here. There's a double apex and we didn't quite get back in time, but we managed to open up our throttle, open up the wheel in just about enough time. So let's just run through that again. Okay, we brake in a straight line, down to first gear, hug, hug, hug. Short shift up to second here. You want first to come through with the gear braking and the throttle control. Coming out of the bend, I would short shift to second. It's pretty skatey, so let's listen for the shift. There you go, short shifted to second and we're on full throttle. Braking point here. Now I'm coming from the BMW and the skip, so I had to really remap it. We're looking almost at the end of this red curb, so let's see where we brake in this scenario. So we applied the brake, once again, pretty early. So I am before the 50 board, but you can make, I think you can start making the 50 board, so there might be some more time for me there. But I was going for a nice stable lap, and this felt really stable. Braking a straight line, on lots of lock on the steering wheel. We want to get this apex, we don't want to cut, we want to make it far over to the right for the next bend that cuts back left. So let's watch that through again. Once we've got the speed down enough, lots of lock, lots of curb. Let's get into far chase so you can see how much. Chase is fine. As you can see, we are all over the curb. You do not want to get too much onto this curb. This is where your cut will come in. But we are eating some of that curb, and it pays dividends. Okay, let's get back in the car. Okay, we'll play it through. Lots of lock, over the curb. We can see the apex here. We're pretty much going to be going straight. If you can take some right into the steering wheel for then left come back, all the better. But otherwise, we just want to make this apex and we want to hug the curb all the way round. There you go. Once you start bleeding off the curb, you can start applying throttle. We apply throttle pretty early. Actually, once we get on the throttle here, we pretty much maintain throttle. Climbing until the confidence is there. Once I've unloaded the wheel, we're off. Now you can head back out to the right. Let's play that in full speed. You can head over to the right. There's a little bit of curve out there. For this next bend, we brake pretty late. The F3 is pretty performant. I brake, it looks like, see this, there's a 50 marker on the left and then another billboard. It looks like just 2 steps after the billboard on the left, we start braking. Very gentle with the application of brake here because you don't need a lot. Once we're confident we've got our speed down that we're going to make the bend, nice rotation, make this apex. And as you can see, I'm being pretty greedy here. You can get pretty greedy on this bend. Let's run it back. It's brilliant for opening up. This is the last bend. So keep it, as you can see, my rotation's nice and shallow. You don't want to be oversteering on that stuff. Let's jump back in the cockpit. Okay, so from our braking point, full throttle now. Hold out to the left. Not really a lot to show you here, guys. You can head out to the left to unwind the car to maximise your rotation for the bend after. So there is a curb out there, so don't unwind your wheel too far. And then not being nice out here on the left gives you a nice angle to swoop back in. Now, I noticed on my hot lap there, yeah, the curb sucked me in a little bit. There's a bit of a dip, so try and avoid the curb if you can. But as you can see, we didn't really lose too much time. I think I'm over a bit early. But the curb pulled us in a little. We just corrected for it. And then nice and easy on exit. And we're going to cross the line. 1:05.764. I was really pleased with that lap. As you can see, this was a short practice session. I just thought I'd try and film a video for you guys to show you a hot lap. I haven't really done this style of video before, but let me know in the comments if it's helpful and what other cars and tracks you'd like me to see me to do. So I've actually got this race combo coming up. I'll be hopefully getting it done ASAP, and I'm really excited for it. Okay, guys, like if you like, sub if you want to see the next video, bell notification, but let me know down in the comments what you think of this style video. I was really pleased with the lap. Love the car. I hope you enjoy it too. Alright guys, thank you very much, and I'll catch you in the next one.